Well, here we are on Monday morning, and we need to get right into God's Word because I know that you're probably running a few minutes late this morning. That's what everybody does on Monday. And so go to Philippians chapter number 2. We're going to continue working through the book of Philippians for the next several days. And I just saw this morning, and I wanted to give it to you. And it's really another encouragement towards our theme as a church, which is to shine bright in 2021. And there's several months left, and so we have an opportunity to continue to shine bright if we'll focus on working out our salvation. And I want to make sure that's understood. That doesn't mean you do works to make sure you're saved. You do the work of your salvation. You are saved with a purpose. And so we need to stay focused on our purpose for being saved. And it's really a working out that detail to make sure that we, number one, we know that we are truly saved. And number two, that we're accomplishing the task that we were saved to accomplish. And so verse number 12 of chapter number 2 of Philippians says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure." So there it is. We've got to bend this broken flesh towards the Lord's good work that he has for us. And it's not going to want to do it. It's going to want to do anything else but do the work of the Lord. And that's what we see in our churches today, is there's very few people that actually are working out their salvation. There's a lot of people watching others work out their salvation, but there's not a lot of people engaged in the actual day-to-day rigors of being a child of God, impacting the world. And we're supposed to shine as lights in this world. And so look what he goes on to say. He says, "Do all things without murmurings and disputings." That means we can probably do this without a lot of complaint. We can do this without the focusing on all the negative things that are going on in this world. Verse number 15 says, "That ye may be blameless, harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world." And so we have this mission to shine as a light in the world. But a lot of times we come off just as a bunch of complaining people about everything wrong with the world, but we're not working out our salvation. We're not impacting the world. We're not being these lights. And so I want to encourage you, we got to be lights. Look what he says, how we're going to light the world. "Holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain." He says, hold forth the word of life. That's what we're supposed to do. Our lives are supposed to be a holding forth of the word of life. And so imagine your day now. Instead of frustrated, murmuring, complaining, talking about all the bad things in the world, talking about all the negatives of your workplace, talking about how hard it is to get through these days, why not just get busy about being a child of God, working out your salvation in this world? That means getting the details of my purpose functioning and flowing on a daily basis, and then shining out the word of life to people around you that are struggling and hurting. And so let that be the way that your week starts. And I know that'll be the great week that you hope it could be. Have a great day.